There are so many people by renal who cannot afford the dialysis. I've known people died because they cannot afford the dialysis. I have a renal problem. It's, and it, you see, each time I walk come out, you notice I'm breathing short because I have not been dialyzed for this week. I dialyzed from last Wednesday, but I could not afford to dialyze on Saturday because each dialysis costs 10,200 twice per week. I cannot afford it. I didn't know anything about renal problem, nothing at all. Maybe if I'd known about renal problem with it and the expense that comes with it, I wouldn't have done the surgery. They put about something, a catheter, they call it, and they put it inside. They put it inside. That's where the treatment comes through. That's where the treatment comes through. When I go to diabetic, they string attachment to the machine. I notice if I walk from there to here, I have shorter breath. Cannot breathe. I went to KPH and they told me that I should go to the nearest clinic. As I was leaving to come out, a young doctor stopped me and said, "Stretch out your hand." I stretched out my hand and he said, "Your hands them yellowing." And that is when I noticed that my hands were yellow. You see, he said you have low blood count. And 2 days time, he admitted me then. And 2 days time they did the surgery. If I had known it was so expensive, I would not have done it. Because there's no way I can pay it. You see, from last year, September, until now, I've gone over $1 million. People, people helped me. People helped me. Where I go to Diabetic Association, I cannot owe $200. When I started first, it was $9,000, and I put on $1,200 on it. Right, the last time I missed a dialysis, I ended up in a hospital. I was in a coma for 4 days. I got seizure. Right now I miss the dialysis. I'm looking out for anything. I'm expecting anything. But there's nothing I can do. I beg out my quota. I don't have nobody present. I took a treatment from them when it was 9,000. I took a treatment and it so happened that I ended up in the hospital. I took it the Wednesday, I ended up in the hospital the Saturday. And I never get to go back up there till the following week. And let me tell you something. If you ever hear how that woman go on, and the treatment that I was getting then, I had only had $5,000 from the $9,000. She said, "No, no, 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 I'm not taking it. What about your children? What about your children?" I cried, and I don't know, the workers up there convinced her to let me have the treatment. And I came home, and a friend from abroad called me, and I was telling her, and she called somebody else, and the young girl called me and said, "Papa, I've been paid for some treatment here. Give me a particularly." And my son gave her a particular. And she sent, the next day she sent $500 for me, 500 US. And guess what? I don't drink a cup of tea from it. Everything went into dialysis. You see, Julian Robinson, I sent her, asked him, my son, my second son, walking, can you walk good? But he walked there day and night and asked Julian. Julian asked Angela Brownberg. Angela turned it over to Julian. and Julian sent me a check for 36,000 and everything one behind the other. Just go to dialysis. Sometimes when I go on the machine to the dialysis, I'm hungry. So the machine is when the everything just come up and for days my stomach cramps and pain. I never know that they know it was hungry. I hungry. Is one of the girl. There's a girl that works that wipes the floor. One of the time when I was crying on the machine, she went and bought me a little pack of Shirley biscuit and a kid's juice because I never knew, so they knew that I was hungry there. You see, I didn't want to tell anybody I was hungry. My little son is the one who's a DC. Sometimes when he gives me what he has, and I said to him, say, come here, eat. He said, me good mommy. And he don't eat nothing. Don't eat nothing. He said, everything he can do. And even the big one try. But he has so many children. You see, the second one, he walk and beg all at church. Like sponsor for me. You know, do the dialysis. Everybody try. My sister and me too. My sister that try. I've been almost longer and I endure this.